We sent Marcelo a Facebook message in October of 2009 and had lunch. And then our first shoot was in February of 2010. And 7 short years later, here we are. We couldn't have made this film alone. We thank Marcelo. We thank Heather Hoyt-Georges, Monica Gerard-Sharp, Scott Schlexer, and all of our 301 Kickstarter backers.
Thank you so much to the Film Society. Showing the Walter Reed for filmmakers is an amazing opportunity. It's probably, I think, the best venue to see film in New York and probably the world. So we're really honored to be here. Thank you so much to all the people that make this festival happen. Joanna Nay, Liz Wolf, thank you so much to them and all the staff on Dance on Camera. And for Dancers Association, thank you so much to Galen Bremer, Bridget Green, Rebecca Hadley, and all of their team. We hope you enjoy the film, and we'll talk to you after. Thank you.
I'm very emotional after seeing that.
Yes. Yeah. I'm wondering what else would you like to know?
I was going to say it's
Q&A.
But now, because they started to say about how it all happened with the Facebook thing, and 7 years later, you said. So, in between, probably a lot of preparation. And how was it? Because Marcelo's so busy, still is. How was it to connect, to do the filming that you did? What was the process like?
Well, is this on? Yeah. I would say that Marcelo was extremely patient. You know, it was a long journey, and we were pouring our own money into the film and trying to shoot in between other, and we made another film, and we were making a TV show, and we were trying to put every cent that we had into the film, and so we were shooting as we could. As we could in terms of our schedule, and of course in terms of Marcelo's schedule. So that minimized the amount of time that we could shoot.
Right, but you had a conception of the film. What came first, your interest in Marcelo as a dancer, or something else? What was the beginning like? You had a conception of the kind of film you wanted to make.
Wasn't it the banging of the doors and so on?
Well, yeah. I mean, Olivia Cardano was right. He said that you see Marcelo and you can't take your eyes off him.
That's very true.
Really, it was dancer, partner, actor that first made an impression on us. But you can't make a film just on that. It was more his story of growing up in Brazil, being the first of his, I guess, generation to make it. Kind of like the, Brazilian Billy Elliot. And also his just his story.
Right. Well, what's really fantastic is to see the footage of the young Marcelo, and there's quite a bit of it, and you see right away that this is a destination, this is destiny, You had all this footage at your disposal. Was it something that...
Yeah, I think it was just like tucked away in, VHS tape somewhere at home in Brazil. But as far as to answer your question, your previous question as well, we would experience some amazing trips together, like in Russia and Japan, and we knew by the end of those trips that we had something. We had almost like gold, you know, because it's so hard to get access to ballet and to actually film it here in the States because of rights and everything. So it was really, we knew we had something, and we all had to be patient in order to get to where we are today, because I knew that it's a film that I really wanted to invest for just the years to come, for the future, you know.
Well, it's an exceedingly honest film in every way, and with a lot of humor and a lot of sadness. And it would appear that your dad has still not come to see you, or has he come to New York now for your 20th?
No, he hasn't.
No.
My 20th is in May.
May.
And you shall see.
Has he promised
He did
to come?
see the film. He saw the film recently.
Yes.
And he did say, when is Marcelo's 20th anniversary? What's the date?
Which I've told him.
I did want to say a little bit about why Marcelo, and I think it's part of hopefully what you see in the film, which is that I think he wears his heart on his sleeve, and that's really attractive to us. Sometimes when you go to ballet, especially for people who don't know dance, it can feel very cold and distant. And a lot of dancers can sometimes feel like, you know, they're very regal. And Marcelo just draws you in. He's so warm. He commits, you know, 1,000% to what he's doing. And we just, from the first time that we saw him dance, we thought there was something different about him. Marcelo mentioned the banging of the doors in Swan Lake. When he realizes his mistake and he runs to the back and bangs, you know, bangs on the doors, he really bangs on the doors. And we were like, who is that guy? We want to get to know him. And I think what we were hoping to do with this film, and what we've tried to do with, you know, the other documentaries we've made, is to make you feel like you're in the room with him. To create a rapport that's close enough so that it feels, even though the camera's always there and you always have that intermediary, but you feel like a comfort level so that Marcelo can speak to us as if the camera's not there. So you get that immediacy.
And I was so comfortable that some of my outfit choices and hair choices were not right, but they were amazing, you know, at being in the room but not being in the room.
With Veronica Park, with the sleeve when you're trying on, that was really a terrific sequence. You were actually, David and James were here with a film, 2 years ago, American Cheerleader. So, some of you may have seen it, yeah. So, you know, it's so honest that we feel your pain, and yet there you are when you're performing, your heart is in your sleeve because you know that your left foot, or, you know, is giving you a problem. And I know that you're still dancing, because you just did, and you are with ABT dancing character roles and so forth. I would hope that your pain quotient is less.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere, I'm staying.
Well, shall we take some questions?
Sure.
Yes.
Why does your father speak English so perfect?
He lived, my father
Yeah,
lived
the question was, I might have to repeat it.
Yeah.
Why did his dad speak English so perfectly?
My father went to school in the United States, in Pennsylvania, for a couple of years before he went to Brazil, and before he moved back to Brazil and then met my mom. So he just learned it.
Yes.
How do you how do you make a emotional connection with your partner, but at the same time you're reassured for that you know where to put her?
how do you make an emotional connection with your partner and still think about yourself and your role?
Well, like I said in the movie, I start by not thinking about myself really. I think about my partner first, and then seeing where that relationship is going to build. Obviously, there's a lot of communication, just like in life, in the partnership, and I think that if you're both kind of going towards the same thing, the same breath or the same peak or the same low or the same amount of pirouettes, then you'd be happy with dancing together.
Maybe in someone over there.
With the mic. With the mic.
Okay.
Right here.
Oh, okay, near the front, hard for me to see. Go on.
Yes, when you first heard about this project, what was your initial thought about this?
Can you speak a little louder?
What was your initial thought about when you heard about this project? Also, what was the hardest thing about working on this?
So the question
Yeah.
was, what was your initial thought when you heard about this project? And what was the hardest thing about making this documentary?
You know, when you agree to a documentary, it's it's going to be a lot of work. I was afraid that a lot of my time that I spent preparing was going to be on camera, and it was, and that it was going to bother me, because when you're in the studio, you really want to focus on the work, and you don't want to be distracted by somebody taking your picture or filming you, because you are allowed to make mistakes, you know. But quickly, I could feel that David and James were all kind of going towards the same thing, and it was to show the beauty of it all, and of course how difficult it is, but that it was going to be a beautiful film, and kind of a love letter to, I feel like, to me, but also to the art form. And that was very important to me to see that right away, with the few snippets that they would show me. And the most difficult, I'm not sure, I think being injured on camera is not very pleasant, I must say. It's already difficult when no one's there, but you know, it's like, is the foot gonna be ready by the time all the tickets are booked to go to Baia there in Japan? You know, there was kind of like a little bit of pressure and stuff, so.
Suspense.
Yeah, but I guess that makes it worth it.
Oh, actually, what I wanted to know is, all the ballerinas that are there, they all adore you. Are any of them here?
Yeah. Actually, Julie Kent's here,
Julie?
and Jillian Murphy, and Stella Barrera, who's not in the film, but she's one of my partners. Veronica Parks. We made good choices in those costumes.
Well, you seem to have such a intimate relationship with the ballerinas. You really feel like there is a partnership while you're working, not just on stage, but you have a connection.
Yeah, I mean, for me, that's what it's all about. It's not just the time spent in the studio and on stage. It's, you know, the history that we build together actually increases our connection from when we dance. You know, we've lost friends, we've seen each other get married, we see each other, you know, have children, and breakups and divorces, and it's, so all of that packed together, there's no way that we can't build on our life experiences to be more connected, and I'm really grateful an honor that my ballerinas allowed me to be part of their lives.
But now I understand, I mean, you have begun choreographing, and you seem more and more interested in that. Is it something you will continue, do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a tough line right now because I'm dancing, and for choreographing, you need also time, and I can't be thinking about that I'm gonna be, dancing a few weeks while I'm in studio choreographing with dancers. So sometimes I have to choose one or the other and allow proper time to get ready for my performances. But I think it's going to be like that for a while, so I just have to get used to it.
Well, so you're very much in demand, I'm sure, and you were just in Sarasota. What was that like doing the Frederick Ashton?
I actually haven't performed it yet, but
Oh, you were
it's
there
going to
for
come in March.
rehearsal.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
So soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back there, someone back there. Maybe, yeah?
When will the DVD come out?
Or when will the DVD?
We hope very soon.
It's under your seat.
We hope in fewer than 7 years.
Yes.
Thank you. Marcelo, your musicality seemed very obvious from an early age, and I'm curious of how much of that is a gift. We saw you in the gym, we saw you in the rehearsal, but you're obviously very sensitive to music. How did that develop, and is that a gift or is that learned?
No, I definitely was very musical from an early age. I think my teachers saw that, and I enjoyed being musical. I enjoy listening to music and dancing to it. I've had to learn over my time, over the years, actually musical to a fault. I kind of have to play with phrasing, and something that Kevin McKenzie actually has helped me a lot with, not to be so on the button, but just be a little bit after or before. And that's also the music can help you that way. So it's been a great time with music. Yes.
Do you play a musical instrument?
I do not.
No.
I wish.
But you can be musical without playing. Yeah.
Really amazing movie. Marcelo, I wanted to ask what you think is really important in the ballet world to energize the next generation of ballet fans?
So many things, but I guess what I would say is to really open your eyes, and I would say to open their eyes and listen and watch and learn. I mean, I think that a lot of older dancers have so much to say and so much to give, that it's right there, it's right here and present, and with you in the studio. You don't have to go to your phone and watch it on YouTube to see what the dancer in London did. Make your own experience. I'm a true believer of that, and because I grew up without having those videos, that resource to go to, and so it helped me kind of develop artistically in a more rich way, I think. So I would say that, but otherwise, just enjoy dancing, because we're blessed. Dancers are very blessed to do what we do.
Hi, Marcelo. Sorry. Can I ask you a question? Within the whole documentary, several people told that Marcelo is perfect. Marcelo is perfect. He's such a perfect guy. I have two questions. First, how do you feel about that somebody's saying about you? And second, do you think they speak the truth?
my God, how disappointing would it be, right? If I was like, yeah, they're right. No, I am not. As my first teacher said, you know, are there dancers that can go on stage and do more pirouettes? Are there dancers that can go on stage and jump higher? Yes. The answer is yes. But it's what's inside, really, that sometimes it's more important. I don't think I'm far from perfect, but I know that I will commit to you 110% as an audience and to my colleagues and my partners and to my colleagues that are on stage with me.
I think I would use the word genuine. That's the word that comes to mind, because some dancers are fantastically gifted and they, you know, pyrotechnics, but authenticity, genuine, we're not affected in any way. So you feel it, your heart feels it. That's my definition. Any more questions? Over here, yes.
I'm also Brazilian and I'm an expat. I've been here for 7 years now. And I'm curious to hear from you how you relate to your Brazilian identity and how was your biggest challenge that compares Brazilian and the biggest gift Brazilian.
So this is about Marcelo's Brazilian identity, right? But I
How he
didn't,
relates with
how you relate to it.
biggest challenge and the biggest gift of being Brazilian.
You know, so yeah, I went to school at Herod Conservatory for 3 years, and then away in Paris for a year, and then 20 years here in New York. I miss home very, very much. I love Brazil. I feel culturally sometimes a little bit disconnected because, you know, I go home and I speak to my sister and she's like, you know, I don't know a certain type of a singer, the hottest singer at the moment. I don't know what's happening on TV. I don't know the show to watch. You know, those things I feel really far away from. So that's sometimes a little difficult because I want to, but just my life has carried me in another path, in another culture, completely. And being away from my family, I think it's very difficult. I am a family man, and my niece is growing up so fast. She also dances and very talented, and I wish I could be more a part of her life, and unfortunately I can't. You know, missing birthdays, and you know, it's not like I can just hop in a plane and go there in 5 minutes. So it requires a whole lot of planning. Also, when they come here, it's a lot of planning. So, but I feel like I'll never stop having my Brazilian ways. I feel like I am truly, in my heart, I am Brazilian in my blood, and I love the food, and I do love the culture and the dancing and the happy people. It's nice.
Well, I think that we have to stop now, but thank you very much. So
Thank
great
you,
to have
everyone, for coming.